I would love to have been able to talk about anything else this week. The issue is, there's basically been nothing else to talk about this week because this story has been all encompassing. Everywhere I look, everywhere I go, it's non-stop MAGA Kid and Nathan Phillips. And for the record, I'm going to be referring to the high school kid as MAGA Kid because he got dragged into this. He didn't want anything to do with it. But I will be referring to Nathan Phillips by his actual name because that guy has done everything he can to thrust himself out into the spotlight. So he wants it, he gets it. This has been just one of the stupidest things I've seen, if not the stupidest, that the media will use to justify their own hate of anything right of Mao. I am glad, at least, that the media is getting really shit on for this. I think that they finally crossed that line where even normal people were like, hang on, wait a second. Because there's been so much information that has come out about this. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about for some odd reason, I want to live under that rock that you inhabit. It sounds like a fun, happy place. Long story short, and I'm going to be giving you the media's version and then the real version. Media's version, a bunch of high school kids that were at a pro-life rally surrounded a Native American man, and were just like, one kid in particular was standing off against him, trying to intimidate and scare him, chanting "Build the wall" as they were just doing everything they could to intimidate him and horrify him. It was a harrowing experience. I'm amazed he got out alive. Real version. So these kids were at the foot of the Lincoln Monument or Memorial waiting for their bus to come and pick them up from their school trip. There were a bunch, like 3 or 4. I believe that the group is called Black Hebrew Israelites. That's their actual group name. That were shouting homophobic and racist slurs. So what these kids did was they asked for permission to start doing school chants to try and drown out the hate. As that's happening, Nathan Phillips and his group see this. They assume, oh, white kids being racist to black people. They go up and start beating drums and chanting to these kids. They walk into the group. Nathan Phillips and the rest of his party, walk into the group of high school kids. And the kid that has since become known as MAGA Kid just stood there, didn't say anything, didn't do anything. You can tell by the way he's looking around and some reactions that he has during the video. He is smiling because that's a nervous smile, a confused smile, a what the hell is going on here smile. He doesn't know what to do in the situation, so he thinks, oh, well, if I just do nothing, maybe that will calm things down. And that's what he does. He just stands there for about 90 seconds, 2 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark. And then later on, he just walks away when their bus gets there. Where people got Build the Wall from, I don't know, because there's a 2-hour video of this from start to until after the kids have already left. That is never heard. And I am amazed that that lie has stuck because you'd think evidence would be a big thing. And that's been the weirdest part about all of this, is that no matter what new evidence has surfaced, no matter how they've shown that what was initially said was wrong and a lie, people flat out refuse to believe it. What happened initially was people saw the 60, 90-second standoff between MAGA Kid and Nathan Phillips, or they just saw an image of that, and they wanted so desperately needed that MAGA kid to be the basically a stand-in for Trump, for all of the evils that he allegedly represents, for how horrible and nasty and dirty Trump is, etc. They needed that kid to be that thing that they accused Trump of, so that they could justify their own hatred towards anything, once again, right of Mao. So many sites have since corrected their stories, updated them, whatever. It's gotten nowhere near the traction that the initial did, because of course not. That's how this works. And so many of them haven't even corrected anything. It's unfucking-believable. I've never seen so blatant a lie from the media. They just assumed something. They checked nothing. Nothing. They knew who Nathan Phillips was. They didn't check a damn thing about him. They keep calling him a Vietnam vet. To this day, there are news sites that still refer to Nathan Phillips as a Vietnam vet. That is so much a fucking lie, it's unbelievable. He is not a Vietnam vet. At best, he joined the military and was in some form of the military after deployment to Vietnam was over. He may have been a veteran before everyone was pulled out, but he was not a veteran in Vietnam, which is the key difference here. And it's not like... I love the Snopes excuse that they're using. Snopes, trusted and verified fact-checking group that they are saying, oh, well, it's unproven that Nathan Phillips is or isn't a veteran, because Nathan Phillips himself has never gone on to say that he's a Vietnam veteran, except that he has. There's been video evidence on Nathan Phillips' own fucking Facebook page from just November where he said that he was a Vietnam vet. And Snopes was like, oh, well, that was just one time. That doesn't count. Oh, he slipped up. He didn't mean that. Yes, so the times that any Republican slips up, well, that's exactly what they meant. But the time Nathan Phillips slips up, that don't count. Man, fuck that site. I can't believe that that's one of the people they're using to fact-check YouTube and Facebook, for fucking God's sake. I'm glad that this kid got a group of lawyers and is going to sue the asses off the media, because that's what needs to happen right now. They lied so much about this kid. And what's even scarier is the media got personally invested in this. They wanted so much for MAGA kid to be the root of all evil that they say Trump is, that they have openly threatened this kid to the point of, and this isn't randos, this is actual blue checkmark verified journalists. They have threatened his school with a shooting. You can look. I'm pretty sure they've been deleted by now, but in the first couple of days, there were journalists that were threatening to shoot up this kid's school. It made me realize something. There's been a common joke on the internet that the left wants to take all these things away because they can't handle it themselves. Free speech, gun rights, etc., whatever. They want to take away all these rights because they can't handle it, not anybody else. And they assume that if they can't handle it, no one else can. That's been a very common joke in the internet for the past few years. I actually think this is serious. This event made me think that this is actually what the case is. They hate free speech because they will go out and lie about a teenager and try to destroy his life. They hate gun rights because, well, they will use said gun rights to go out and threaten to shoot a school. I don't know what to say about this. This is incredible. I have never seen the media get this bad. I've seen them lie. I've seen them do horrible things. I have seen them contaminate active crime scenes. I have never seen them try to destroy a teenager's life to the level that they have, to the point where they threaten that school so much that it had to stay closed the first day that it would have reopened again because they got so many threats. So many threats that the police said stay closed. And now that they've been found out that they've been lying about quite literally everything about this kid, this school, whatever, they're trying to find anything they can to besmirch the kid, the school, the staff, whoever they can find. There have been articles written about how the basketball team used the OK hand sign, so that proves that they're white supremacists. Yes, that thing. That the white power thing that was a meme that somehow the media actually believes is real. There's been a few more articles written about how because these kids wore black and had like the black lines under their eyes, and some of them just went the full Monty and did the full painted all of them black. Though that's evidence that they were racist, that they're using blackface, even though they were in this. It's a sports thing. It's called a blackout. I'm not a sports ball person, so I don't know exactly what that's for, but I do know that it exists. For as little as I know about sports ball, I at least know about blackouts. They are doing anything they can to save face, to save themselves from the lawsuit that is coming. They are going to have to pay out the ass for this. And I hope that this teaches the media a good, hard lesson that they cannot get away with this. They cannot do this. They cannot continue to lie and say whatever the fuck they want and think that there will be no repercussions. I know it's not going to teach them a goddamn thing because the media have stopped being the media. They've started becoming activists. I know that people can say that about the last 2-3 years, but now in particular, they are no longer media figures and journalists. They are political activists. They don't give a fuck. They really don't. Right now, we are in a time where the media is financially hurting. They can't keep up. They have basically made it a very hyper-competitive market, and they have thrown off so much business from just regular people that no one is going to these places anymore. And that has hurt them financially to the point where this week, 1,000 journalists, and I use that term very air quotesy, because it was predominantly just vloggers, lost their jobs. And they ain't going to get rehired because no one is hiring right now. I don't want to see the media industry destroyed because there is a need for the media, for the on-field reporting, for the on-site, at-the-minute reporting. We do need that. There are people that do genuinely care about giving us the facts, telling us what's going on, being there to show us what's happening. Those people I don't have a problem with. It's these vloggers that call themselves journalists. They're the ones that I have the issue with, and that seems to be the standard anymore for the media rather than the exception. And I'm so fucking tired of it. I hope that a lot of these companies lose so much money that they realize they can't do this again, that it costs them a lot. I would love to see some people that threaten this kid with death in jail. The people that have threatened him and continue to do so to this day. The verified people, not the randos on the internet, the actual verified, you should know better people. The ones that Twitter refuses to have anything done to, they aren't accepting reports on these. They aren't telling them to remove these tweets. They aren't banning or suspending them because, well, these are the right people. They have the correct ideas. And Jack Dorsey, well, he's got a bias. He never uses it, mind you, but he's got a bias. Fuck Twitter. Fuck these vloggers. fuck everything involving this situation. I really hope that this hurts these companies a lot and they learn a lesson. Again, I don't think they are going to. I would love to be proven wrong because I want this shit to stop. It really needs to. We have become too goddamn polarized, and the media is just there happy to stoke the flames for rage clicks. I'm fucking tired of it. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. This has just been one nightmare scenario after another. This has been the worst case I think I've ever seen in my life. And I can't believe that this is the world we live in. And yet, here we are. A teenager is basically accused of being the greatest racist of all time for existing while wearing a hat that is now a hate symbol according to people who have no control over whether a thing is seen as a hate symbol or not. But they say it is and feels over facts, yo. Just take me now. Just end it all. I am done with all this. It's going to be a fun run up to the 2020 election. Oh boy, I can hardly wait. This has been Math Machine. Just so tired and so done with how the media has become the worst thing that it could possibly be. Peace out.